Hello, and welcome to a series where I read short, spooky stories. No Way Out. Mia knew the neighborhood like the back of her hand. Every shortcut, every hidden path between backyards. She played in these streets since childhood. But tonight, they felt foreign, wrong. The dead had come. She sprinted barefoot down the cracked pavement, her breath coming in sharp gasps. The moans behind her were growing louder, echoing off the houses. Dark figures stumbled out of doorways, some dragging broken limbs, others moving too fast for comfort. Porch lights flickered. A broken wind chime clanged in the wind. Her street was gone. Her home, her childhood, her safety. All replaced by something out of a nightmare. Mia spotted an opening, a side yard, the gate slightly ajar. She dove inside, pushing it shut behind her with a soft click. The Parkers' family backyard. She had sleepovers here as a kid. Now the patio furniture was overturned, the grass trampled, and a dark, sticky smear streaked across the sliding glass door. She forced herself to look away. Heart pounding, she ran across the yard and climbed the wooden fence, ignoring the splinters biting into her palms. Her feet hit the ground in the alley beyond, where trash cans lay on their sides, their contents spilling into the streets like guts. She crushed behind an old truck, listening. Nothing but the hum of streetlights. Maybe she'd lost them. Then she heard it. Shuffling footsteps, slow, uneven, close. Mia peered through the rusted wheel well, bare feet, pale, filthy. A woman stood in the alley, her body twitching in unnatural stuttering movements. Her breathing was wet, gurgling. Mia's pulse hammered in her ears. She pressed a hand over her mouth, willing herself to disappear. Then, with slow, jerky motions, the woman turned her head all the way around. Their eyes met. Mia bolted. She tore down the alley, feet slapping against the pavement, heart in her throat. The woman let out an unearthly screech, high-pitched, unnatural. More moans answered in the darkness. They were closing in. Mia rounded the corner, her breath hitching. She had one goal now, home. She just had to get inside, lock the doors, find something, anything, to defend herself. But as she sprinted onto her street, her stomach dropped. They were waiting. Her neighbors, her teachers, the mailman, gray-faced, slack-jawed, still. All of them were facing her. Mia froze. Cold terror gripped her spine. The air around her seemed to hum thick with something unseen. Then, from behind her, a soft whisper tickled her ear. "You never left." Her own voice. Her body stiffened. A shadow stretched over her feet. A hand clamped down on her shoulder. Ice flooded her veins as she turned, her vision tunneling. The woman from the alley stood inches from her now, too close. Her mouth stretched in an inhuman grin. Her breath smelled of rot and something sour, something familiar. Mia opened her mouth to scream, but the woman exhaled first. And Mia remembered. Not the chase, not the running, but the moment it happened. The hands grabbing her, the teeth sinking in, the way the world had faded to black days ago. She looked down at her own hands, skin pale and splitting. Her fingers trembled as she touched her face, cold, wrong. The figures on the street weren't waiting for her. They were welcoming her home. And as Mia's lips curled into the same eerie grin, the last thread of her humanity unraveled. There was no way out. There never had been.